The bladder and wanting to go to the bathroom are not things that are typically associated with OCD and sensorimotor OCD, but actually many people do get very stuck on this. There's a lot of shame involved with it. People get fixated on whether they really need to go to the bathroom or not. Whether those sensations that we're experiencing are real or whether they're false. And this can lead to people having to go to the bathroom, having to check, needing to go to the bathroom multiple times. It can be very, very difficult for the people who are struggling with it. Now, of course, if you have burning sensations, if you have issues, urinary issues, you should really kind of go to see a doctor to rule out any kind of medical problems first. But, if you don't have those things, and this does seem to be a genuine kind of sensorimotor OCD problem, this can be, very difficult and disturbing to deal with. And if you're struggling with bladder-focused sensorimotor OCD, you can find out about my program in the show notes below. So really, what do we do about this kind of problem? Well, I think, once you've actually been to the bathroom once, if you've recently relieved yourself, and you're trying to decide 5 minutes later if you need to go again, because sensorimotor OCD is very good at tricking us into being hyper aware of those different areas of the body that we get fixated on. And so if you get fixated on this particular area, the bladder, it may be that you're constantly feeling that urge to want to go, even though you may have just relieved yourself 5 minutes earlier. The kind of urge to have more certainty, to go and check, to go and prove to yourself that you definitely don't need to go to the toilet again, may well be present. It may well be there, and it may be very strong. It may be very tempting to just say, you know what, I'm just going to go and check because I need to have that certainty. I can't sit here and put up with the discomfort of not knowing. But unfortunately, when we give in to the OCD in that way, because that's what we're doing there, we're really just doing a compulsion. We're doing a checking compulsion, to make sure that everything is okay. Really, what you want to do instead is, if you have been recently and it feels like this is just a part of the OCD, there's that icky feeling there, that kind of, you kind of know in yourself that you're kind of just looking for more certainty, then the challenge is to actually say to yourself, look, I'm going to postpone going to the bathroom for a specific amount of time. It may be half an hour, it could be 15 minutes, it could even be an hour, it's really up to you. But during that time, you're going to do your very best to focus your attention back onto the present moment, rather than, trying to, stay with the body, pay attention to the sensations and do all of that checking stuff. You want to do the absolute opposite. You want to learn how to put your attention elsewhere, onto what's going on around you, onto your friends, your family, onto meaningful activities, whatever it is. The idea is just to give, thinking about that problem a bit of a break, to postpone doing anything about it at all. By doing this, actually, you give your body an opportunity to kind of calm down. And you may find that if you kind of postpone for, a specific amount of time, that you realize that you don't need to go back to that thing, that actually, the moment has kind of passed. Another simple activity that can be really powerful is, rather than trying to kind of push away those sensations, to get rid of them, the idea is to actually pay attention to them on purpose, not checking, but actually just to sit there and for a few minutes to allow your attention to settle on those sensations, to actually become curious about them. When it comes to sensorimotor OCD, so often what we're doing is we're fighting with the very sensations that are kind of stuck with us. We're trying to get rid of them. And it's all of that fighting that is making them stay there and to be very prominent in the forefront of our attention. If we can learn actually to bring a bit more compassion and curiosity to those sensations, we're not going to try to get rid of them. We're not going to judge them. We're not going to check anything. We're just going to observe, what is that feeling like down there? Is it a feeling of pressure? Is it a feeling of discomfort in some way? Well, can you just sit with it for a few minutes? If you're somewhere safe, could you even close your eyes and almost meditate on that feeling? And when you do that, perhaps you breathe deeply and slowly for 2 minutes. down into the belly, up into the chest, breathing in through the nose and then out through the mouth, and just doing that for a few minutes, calming the body, calming the nervous system, and actually choosing to pay attention to those sensations because you want to, rather than trying to push them away. You might find that practicing in this way actually helps you to build a bit of a different relationship with those sensations, particularly if you practice that, once or twice a day over an extended period of time. But if you want to find out more about how to manage bladder-related sensorimotor OCD, I do have a specific program specifically designed for these types of problems. It's built upon the many years of work that I've done with people with sensorimotor OCD. It includes weekly one-to-one coaching sessions, there's videos, there's worksheets, there's a community of people who are struggling with similar issues. If you're interested in applying for that and doing a free discovery call with me, you can by heading over to my website, robertjamescoaching.com, and booking in there for a free discovery call. Many thanks, and I will see you next time. This video is for education only. It's not therapy or medical advice. If you're struggling, please speak with a licensed mental health professional.